These are spring tools, and these are quite unique, and I have to admit that the first time I saw these I actually did think they were a bit of a gimmick. That one there is the centre punch. That has a centre punch at each end. You can also get a chisel, and then you can get punches, and then you can get specific nail punches for whichever job you are doing. So these are incredibly useful. Instead of using a hammer to hit the end of it, you actually just pull it apart, the spring pulls it back, generating the force which either knocks the nails in or centre punches the mark that you need. So these are actually incredibly useful. These are also made in America, so these are a very high quality made product. There are two different types of centre punch. There's that one that's got a centre punch on each end, and then the more accurate one that's got just a normal end on it to generate the force. So these are very useful. If you wanted to centre punch using one of these, simply put it where you want it, pull up on the spring, let go of it, and you get a perfectly centre punched mark. You can of course turn that over and use the other end. Again, that has left us a really good centre punched mark. We then have this one which can be used for more precision work. Again, just put it where you want it, pull back on it, and you get a perfectly centre punched mark. So that's the centre punches. They are incredibly useful, and I do tend to use these all the time now. We've now got the chisel tipped one, and apparently this can be used for removing the heads from rivets. So we're just going to give that a try and see if that works. So that is a very handy piece of kit, and if you needed to remove a rivet in a confined space, this tool can do it very easily. So a common problem that you get is somebody's knocked some pins in and the heads are sticking up. That will make it very difficult for you when you are painting. So all you need to do is get the correct sized nail punch, put it on the head of the pin, and you can very easily knock that below the surface with very little effort indeed. I've actually used one of these recently when I was doing some painting around the wooden window, and the actual pins that were holding in the beading were not sunk in fully. So this made it really easy. You can get close to the glass with no danger at all of hitting the glass when you do it like you could possibly do with a hammer. So I think you'll agree that these punches are incredibly handy, especially the two centre punches that I tend to use every few days when I'm metalworking, and the other punches, especially for knocking in the nails on the beading around the window, are incredibly useful. And just remember that these are quality items that are made in America. I hope this video has helped, and if it has and you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel.